have you ever seen the show Between the Lions?
Oh yes, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It was my childhood. It's how I learned how to read, by the way.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I did not, like, I was not taught by my parents or in school how to read. I just learned from that show.
Right. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have thought that your parents taught you, because from what you've told me, like, a lot of people where you are don't know English very well.
Yeah. Pretty much, but just, I don't know, just it's so amazing how all these, like, silent E and... all these silly-
Yeah, English is weird.
Like, you know,
Got a lot of...
like, have you seen those segments where there's this guy, his head is the letter E, and he's silent E, and he's causing mischief, changing
don't
words.
remember.
Really?
Was that in Between the Lions?
Yeah, it was.
Oh man, I don't remember that.
There would be this musical segment where silent E, he turns a tub into a tube, something like that.
Oh, interesting.
Silent E. Like, he basically just adds a letter E at the end of a certain word, and it becomes a different word.
I remember watching that show a lot as a kid, but I don't remember like a whole lot of specifics about it.
It's pretty much like a library where a bunch of things come to life. Like the characters in the books come out of their pages.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting to see how, you know, like, especially the 2D characters where you can see the back of them still have letters on them. Kind of like they were cut out.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. And for some reason there's this talking bust at the top of the library, which is, I guess, is the... Oh, I think you have to go behind it.
Yeah. There we go.
Like Spinal Ninja all over again.
Oh gosh. Yeah, and then I gotta get on the other side. No! Ah! It's fine. I saved like right before that. Or almost right before that. I am dead. I remember like this song in Between the Lions that went something like 10 cents tense or something like that. Remember something like that? Oh gosh. It was like a bunch of puppets, and they were like 10 cents, 10 cents, and something like that.
There are like some parts of the show that I don't remember, but some that I do remember vividly. Like,
I also remember...
There's a Smarty Pants section where there's this guy, a puppet who had real hands, but his body was like...
Oh, his body was a dog?
No, not a dog, like it was like a puppet, but for some reason he had human hands. It was weird looking. And he would put stuff in his hands. Like put words in his hands.
The chef from the Muppets also has that.
Oh yeah, something similar. Right, you go above.
The Swedish Chef is my favorite of the Muppets. He's great.
The Muppets is actually like one of the first... A video of the Muppets is one of the first things I watched on YouTube. I remember specifically the very first video I watched on YouTube was Manamana. That whole song. Just that thing. I think I was looking for Lego animations, and then I found Manamana instead. And that became my first experience with YouTube. This was probably back in 2010 or something. Oh.
My first experience with YouTube was you know the viral video series Fred.
Oh yeah.
The high squeaky voice. Yeah, my sister showed me. She also showed me like Charlie the Unicorn and like other like viral fads that were going on at the time.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, this Fred thing, the first time I saw it was not on the internet but on television. I don't think I had any internet back then.
Fred movies.
Yeah, there was that. There was like all sorts of advertisements and news outlets talking about this TV show, or no, not TV show, this whole movie. You know. internet. This internet thing. What is this internet thing?
What are the internets, dang kids?
Oh.
Oh yeah, and so, like, there was one episode in particular of Between the Lions that we rented from the library, or borrowed from the library rather, and we went home and we watched it, and it was like something about like a girl walked between these two guys, and like she was wearing this hat.
Oh, the red hat, green hat thing? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
It's like, I came back to that a few months ago because of it was so relevant today about, you know, perspectives in political drama and stuff.
Oh
like,
yeah.
This reminds me of something, and then, oh yeah, Between the Lines, there was a whole subject about this. Where, I think her name's Leona, the young lioness girl.
I think so.
You know, the daughter of the lions. But I also forgot how Between the Lions is like a pun on Between the Lions.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at the time, and later on I realized, oh, that's very clever.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I was just like, Between the Lions, why is it called that? That was dumb.
So I think it was the first time I was introduced to the term cliffhanger. If you know those, if you actually remember those segments in the show where...
Oh yeah, the cliffhanger! Cliffhanger! I forgot about that.
And that's why his name is Cliffhanger.
I'll have to look up that, like, I'm
Yeah,
sure
there's
there's
some... Yeah, there are a bunch of stuff with that.
I keep immediately jumping into these spikes, and I feel really stupid for doing. Oh my goodness! All right,
just fall
all right.
a little bit. And he just perpetually be stuck on that one cliff, hanging on the branch. You know, he like finds a bed to land on, and he just jumps back to the cliff itself.
Oh yeah, that was really. Oh my gosh. I completely forgot about Cliffhanger, but now that you mention it, like, I absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
So, oh my.
The Cliffhanger
Wow.
became like this in-joke in my family, even. Because my family would watch Between the Lions with me as well. And that whole... Like, I guess that's why I remember so much more about it than I would have if I just watched it alone. It's just so absurd.
Yeah.
The lady was granted 3 wishes. Like, they're a poor German family, and then I think they're like, they needed like money and stuff, and then some genie or some magical person granted the woman 3 wishes, and then
How did that go?
Oh, I think it's because you go into the thing, right? Or...
Yeah, but
I
I'm
don't know.
pointing.
Oh yeah, you're right. Strange.
Oh, no. Oh, you know what? I think what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to never mind.
Nope.
Instantly shot that theory down.
What if you stand back a little bit? Like not too close, but...
Yeah, it won't let me do it if I'm too far away. Oh, I can just grab it. Alright.
What?
Thanks, game.
Wait a minute.
Well, there we go.
Was that simple?
Yeah.
Okay, so then this woman's husband came home and didn't believe that the woman was granted 3 wishes, and then he sarcastically said, I wish there was a sausage on your nose. And then suddenly there was a sausage on her nose. And then he realized that he just wasted a wish. I'm not interested in buying a video lasers. Oh, jeez.
I was just like, yeah, bye. So this woman is having a funeral for her husband, and this guy next to her says, do you mind if I say a word? And she says, yes, go ahead. And he stands up and he says, plethora, and then he sits back down, and the woman turns to him and says, thanks, that means a lot.
Oh no.
I told you it was bad.
Oh no.
I read that on the Robin Discord and I was just like, oh, you've gotta be kidding me. It's a lot.
Not only is it a word, it also means a lot.
Yeah. Like as I like read it more, I was like, wait, not only was that just a single word, which is what he asked to say, but it also means a lot. Like, oh my gosh.
There's this other joke kind of similar to that that I heard of a long time ago. Let's see if I can look it up.
Ah.
Okay, this one. What's the difference between ignorance and apathy? I don't know and I don't care.
That's good. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
Reminds me of one time my mom was watching the Ellen DeGeneres show, and like she had this segment on the show where she was reading off like texts that like embarrassing parents sent to their kids or something like that. And let me save before I forget. And this guy, he like texts his daughter, and he's like, "What do you want for dinner?" And she replies, "IDK." And he says, "What does that mean?" She said, "I don't know." And he says, "Well, if you don't know what it means, you shouldn't be saying it."
I think I kind of remember seeing something like that.
Yeah, it was so
I
good.
think that stuff's on YouTube as well. On the, her
probably.
channel.
There are a lot of like YouTubers that are like, oh, I'm gonna like read Reddit posts, get views, but I can't really bash them because I watch them. I'm guilty of watching that content and enjoying it.
So I can bash them because I don't watch them.
Yeah. Shoot me!
I wonder if you can reuse the same bullet twice. Like if it's heading in... Oh, I guess not.
Maybe.
Like if it goes in a certain direction and then you can follow it back.
Maybe.
That'll be an interesting trick to try out.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't do that. Okay. And like as soon as you say you should save, I jump into a pool of lava and kill myself.
Oh, no. I have nothing else to say.
Nope.
Just...
oh gosh, I remembered like at just the last second there that I had a triple jump. Alright. Save.
I'll save for real.
Like the ones where like people like post like fake stories so that like they'll get like respect and like reposts and stuff.
What?
Where like one of the examples was like my daughter who's 4 was like, oh, I love being vegan, and she came to me and she sang a song about how great being vegan is, and she loves her food that she eats. She like sang this song about like the animals and like used like really big words that like a 4-year-old would not know. And it and like one of the things in the post was like this person was like, and she's glad that it's her choice. It's like, is it though? Is it her choice, or are you forcing her to eat vegan because you're vegan? Like, I don't, like you can parent how you, but
some sort of sensationalism.
Yeah, like
if
don't
if you
say
over
it's...
exaggerate the story,
Yeah,
and then you get more attention that way.
yeah. And like there are a lot of these stories where like, you know, they'll just make stuff up so that they can be validated and like stuff like that. And like I find that in a lot of these like stories that these people are making up, I find that a lot of the times in the stories they'll say that people clapped for them for whatever it was that they did, or clapped for like a kid or something. Like, and they're like, and then everyone clapped, and then the waiter or whatever gave me a free meal or something for being awesome or something like that. You know, something really stupid. You know, and like they'll always be like, and then people clapped, and it's like, I don't think people actually do that. You know, people don't actually just
Were you here before?
clap. No, I haven't been here.
Oh, okay, it just looks similar. A different area.
Yeah, but now I've got to run for my life.
Oh, that's why you're running.
Yeah.
There's a big wall of molten rock heading your way. Dino Run style.
Oh yeah, we played Dino Run at the Gameathon a few weeks ago. Yeah, it was fine.
I didn't know that you already did that. So Mr. No chose Dino Run because it had the word no in it.
Oh yeah, Mr. No, I forgot about him.
And yes, it was me the whole time.
Yeah.
Mr.
Whoa! What? No way!
Why did you do
Here
the
we
frosting?
go. I don't think I've been here before. No, wait, I have. I've been here. What am I doing? Okay, I'm running away from this again. That's what I'm doing.
Oh no, you haven't saved it.
No, I didn't. I was dumb. Oh, this is bad. This is just really bad. Oh no.
One third of the screen is covered in lava. Oh,
Okay.
I think you're fine now.
Oh, I'm supposed to go down here.
Huh?
That's why nothing happened when I left. Where am I? Oh, I think I'm supposed to... Yeah, there we go.